Hey all! As you can probably see on the carpet of Genghis Khan behind me, I did make it to Mongolia. And in this video, I will share the adventures on how it went from Delhi to Mongolia. And you will see some of the first woolen adventures. So this video will be full of wool adventures, so stay tuned. And we are starting with the part where I'm still in India. And I see you in a moment. We are in Majnukatile. This is where the bus dropped us off this morning. And we had some hours of rest in a hotel. And now we are having some nice lunch and some ice cream later, before we later go to the airport, because we still have many hours to our flights. Today I had company on my ride, and I just wanted to film you the new murals, the new paintings here on the road, because when I saw them this morning I thought a lot of them are quite beautiful. No, thank you. No. So I'm giving my friend a little tour to Majnukatile because she hasn't been in. This is the main square. You see this temple is in a big construction, and it is a big shopping road more or less, with lots of Tibetan shops and restaurants. And then we are going down to the Jamuna River, and as you can see it's not in the best state, but I always make a conscious decision to go down there, because you have to remind yourself of how life looks for other people. And you don't just see the mud from the monsoon, you see the people are actually living at the river in a little slum. And I like to go visit the slum every year and play with my friends there. Not really friends, but I see them every year, and I see the kids growing up, and I like to see them there. And you see, even living there, they enjoy life. And they built these little swings out of fabrics over the river. And people are actually farming in this river, and it's like a really disgusting, polluted river. But it's a big river in Delhi that is feeding the area. And this is where people live. And yeah, what to say about it? Let's be lucky that we don't have to live in these conditions. And from there we went to the fancy new tomato shop that is also not in Kashmere. That is the assistant. And these are Hey all! Welcome to Delhi International Airport. Most of the time when I took you somewhere it was the domestic airport, but today we are on the international one because I'm on my way to Mongolia. And I wanted to update you on my travel project. You might have seen a little clip already from this morning in the bus, but I didn't explain anything. I took the night bus from Dharamsala to Delhi. It takes 10 hours, and because the road is so bad, especially close to Dharamsala, there wasn't much knitting time. Only the last hour I was able to knit. Then I spent the whole day in Delhi, and also didn't get a lot of knitting done because for once I was not alone in Delhi. I had two friends going with me to Delhi because I also had flights today. One of them arrived already in Vietnam, and she's staying with my friends there, and it's all really exciting. She will learn French bakery and Vietnamese cooking, so in 3 months when she's back in Dharamsala she can make me even more delicious food. She's young, she has just finished school, and she works in a restaurant, and yeah, now she will learn even more delicious things. And my other friend that came to the airport with me now, she's really unlucky because her final destination has a big typhoon, so the airport is completely closed down. And she was not even allowed to take the first flight, where she would have a layover in Bangkok, because that would be too exciting to at least wait 2 days in Bangkok and see something new. No, she has to wait in Delhi now for at least 2 days, hoping that then the airport is open again. So I'm really sad for her, but that's why I didn't eat so much today, because we were out the whole day. Um, you will see some clips. We went to Katila. That's where you usually arrive with the bus from Dharamsala. It's a Tibetan colony, and you will see some clips from there. And then I actually went shopping. My friend went with me to the shopping mall that is close to the airport, and she was watching our luggage. So I could go to Decathlon and H&M and buy some things that you can't really get when you're in Dharamsala. Yeah, so I still have 2 hours to my flight, and I'm not even sure which gate I have to go yet, but I found a nice cozy seat here. And the people behind me were just boarding, so I had to postpone my filming a little bit. So let me talk about the knitting. This is the Waffle Edit by Casey Apple, also known as Young Folk Knits. And I made a version of this recently for my friend Meryl. And I thought it's a perfect travel project, especially the bandana size, because in Mongolia I will be in the desert, and it will be really good if I can cover my head from the desert sun. So I choose this cotton merino yarn, and I only need 1 ball. So I think that's a perfect travel size project, and it is interesting enough to not be boring and make me fall asleep while waiting, but it's not that engaged that I have to look at the pattern. So I will knit until the waffle, and that's when I need to look at the pattern again. So it's nice, repetitive, but not boring, and I really love it. And it knits up quite quickly when I think how little I actually knit on this today. But let's see if I'm actually able to finish it, because I have a night flight. I'm already pretty tired because we had a night bus already. So let's see how far I get along. But like I said, I nearly have 2 hours at the airport left. And yeah, I will update you later if I'm able to finish this until Mongolia. And now I will eat my Pfannkuchen. They called it Berliner. I found it in the shopping center earlier. We had dinner at a kind of fancy supermarket. We bought some focaccia and stuff, and then I found these, and I've never seen them in India, so I'm enjoying it. And I hope you all have a nice day, and I see you guys later. Oh, so beautiful. Yeah, let's just follow the horses. So I arrived to Mongolia and ended up right at the Nadam festival, but I lost my luggage on the way. So all my wool, all my knitting needles are in this luggage. So I really hope we are getting it back. Here is the archery field that is for some reason quite underwater, and it hasn't started yet. So let's see what's going on there and just enjoy the day, because I don't have luggage. I don't need to worry about checking into my hotel now. I'm just waiting for Vanessa that is on her way here, and I'm just exploring. More about the Nadam, the nomadic festival, will be in a separate video. There's a lot of material there from this festival, and I want to show it properly. So this will be the next video of the series. And now we are skipping a day ahead, and you will join me to my visit to Ula and Lia. Not just mine, Vanessa is with me as well. So Vanessa is my friend that I met in a knitting group in Germany. She was on a bunch of trips with me already. Some of you might remember it from the trip to Sri Lanka, but she was also in India last summer. so we like to travel together sometimes. And we went to Ula and Lia because as my luggage was gone, no worries, I got it back by now. It took some days and just some minor damages. They destroyed my medical gear and I have a little hole in the rain cover. But otherwise everything is fine and I got all my warm clothes. But in between I was not able to have all my warm clothes and I had to remedy this because it was actually quite cold for our arrival here. It was really rainy and windy and yeah, most of my luggage wasn't here. So I was prepared for cold weather, but not if your luggage is gone. And in Delhi we had nearly 40 degrees, so I didn't wear all layers possible when I arrived. Anyways, now we are going to Ula and Lia, and I will show you some clips and explain you more about it in the video where I show you what I got there. This is the Ula and Lia headquarters in Ulan Bataar. This is the house of John Hetz that you will see in a moment. And he allowed us kindly to visit his home and squish all his yarn and to buy some of it. And I just wanted to give you an overview about it. And it's a beautiful place. This is John, who is working on his knitting machine, experimenting with some yarn. And you see his amazing wall of swatches. And it's a really beautiful shop, and I explain you more about everything later. And Ula stands for Ulan Bataar and Lia stands for Mongolia. So I hope you enjoy the little visit and I see you later.
See the mistakes in action.
It's authentic.
There, very much. Sometimes you end up with like mistake patterns. It's like you just keep doing the same thing. Like you got to like reset the settings. You start a project over. Sometimes you make a mistake, get everything back to the start, and then you forgot to reset it, and you do it all over again. You like make like a different mistake over and over again once you get out of the pattern. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
Yeah. So you guys just saw our little visit to John Head's house. John Head is the owner of the little company Ula and Lia. And in case you don't know about this company, as I assume a lot of people don't, because I didn't know until a few weeks ago, this is a small company producing wool here in Mongolia. So I learned about them watching a podcast by the Cozy Cottage Crochet, and she was talking about the Kickstarter, and I know she mentioned this company before, but I didn't recognize that they were in Mongolia. So when I heard that they're in Mongolia, I looked them up and contacted him. And John was kind enough to host us in his apartment and let us visit and get some wool. He is having a Kickstarter running right now. That's why I wanted to show this video quite quickly, in case any one of you would be interested in getting some of his amazing yarns as well. Because his yarns are super high quality, specialized yarns from Mongolia, and they are all sourced in a beautiful way. And I will link his YouTube channel and his Instagram page here, and obviously his Kickstarter campaign. So what John is doing, he is living in Mongolia for at least 10 years, and he's working with the local herders and is buying the raw material, the fibers from different animals. So what he has in his stock is sheep, camel, yak, and cashmere wool, all from Mongolia. And he gets it washed and he gets it spun and he dyes the wool here. And right now, as you can see in the video, he got a knitting machine and he is working on making some clothing items as well. You saw in the background, he had this big wall of swatches where he's trying his knitting machine. He can also hand knit, but now he's mainly knitting on the knitting machine. And he's trying different stitches, different designs, and sells them in a small shop here in Mongolia. But in the future, he hopes that he might have a store somewhere. But for now, the main thing that you can find online are the different knitting wools. And I obviously want to share with you the wool I got there because it is quite beautiful. So first you can see the label, Ula and Lia. This is how the finished yarn looks like. And this colorway is Desert Sage fingering weight yarn. He right now this year has fingering weight and decay weight yarns in all the different fibers he has. And this is 100% cashmere. And he sources different cashmeres from different regions in Mongolia. So depending on the colors, like this is obviously not a natural color. There is no green cashmere sheep. But he also has the different base colors from the more whitish to a more beige to a camel kind of color and grayish tones. And they are sourced in different areas in Mongolia that are famous for different kinds of cashmere. And then some of them get dyed, some of them stay in the original. And he is selling them on normal 100-gram hanks and also on big cones. This is another big cone of 100% cashmere that I got in this beautiful grayish black tone. It's a bit of a mild black. And in the Kickstarter, you can support his project. And when you back up the Kickstarter, you will get the fibers much cheaper than when you would buy them normally afterwards. And the prices for the quality of wool is really amazing. And believe me, I touched all the swatches on the wall and all the different fibers there, and everything is really beautiful. When you have the fibers here on the cones, there is still a lot of spinning oil on them, and they are already incredibly soft. But I could feel the difference between the ones that are unworked and unwashed, and when the spinning oil gets washed off. It's a bit like horse yarn. They also have spinning oil still on the wool, but when you wash it, it blooms. But while horse yarn uses different kinds of sheep wool, this is here cashmere, yak, camel, and all this kind of fibers. So it gets even more soft and more fluffy. And if I have finished a piece, I will obviously show it to you. I just, let me show you, cast on a head in this beautiful green. So I got mainly fingering weight yarn, just because it's more effective for traveling. And I started this little head. You see I just 3 rows in. But when it's finished and washed, I will show you the difference, how it bloomed and how fluffy it looks afterwards. Because unfortunately you cannot touch through the camera and don't feel how nice this is. And I'm sure you all know about cashmere yarn. It's really special, it's really soft, and I really, really love it. But also I got some camel fiber. And I got camel fiber in camel color. So he doesn't have all of his yarns here. Most of his yarns are in America, where he sells most of his products, while he's shipping worldwide right now. So it's not an issue. So wherever you live in the world, you can join the Kickstarter and also buy the ready-made finished yarns. So this one is the camel, and you see it is a decay weight, but in his own home he doesn't have all the fibers, so it's not that all the colors were there. So this was my favorite from the camel colors, and having something in a natural color is amazing. I wanted to buy some natural colors, like soft colors that go with everything. Vanessa went for a nice burgundy red for hers, but I more went for the things that I can combine with everything, because these yarns are really special and really beautiful. So I want them to not be worn on a really special occasion. I want them to be worn every day, because who doesn't want to wear this every day? So I got camel DK, and this is from the camels in the Gobi Desert, what is pretty cool. And I learned that there is a difference in the fiber between the Bactrian camels, like the 2-hump camels and the 1-hump camels. And the one here in Mongolia seems to be softer than the one I sourced from Rajasthan. Not that the one from Rajasthan isn't beautiful as well, but this is so much softer right now. But it's also how the fibers are sorted and produced. Like, there's one thing in common with Kashmere, with camel, and also with yak that I will show you in a moment. And that is that this fiber need to go to a de-hairing process, because all these animals have guard hair and the fluffy soft stuff. So if you just shear the animals and put everything together, it will not be really soft. You have to separate the guard hairs, the like robust fibers, out from the really soft stuff, and then you get the things you dream of at night. And camels, as you are aware, live in deserts, so they are known to be really robust for the weather. Like, actually, all the animals that live in Mongolia, because the weathers here are extreme, have to live with huge temperature differences and a lot of rain, a lot of wind, so their fiber is all super warm and surprisingly still really fluffy and soft, all of them. And one thing he told me in advance is that camel fiber stretches more over time. So I will most likely make a shawl where it doesn't matter if it gets bigger. Because who cares if a small shawl turns into a nice big shawl? I for sure don't. I don't know about you, but I think that would be a great project for this camel fiber. But then he also told me, when you use, for example, the yak fiber and the sheep fiber, he can use the exact same patterns and he doesn't need to change anything about it. You can just use the same gauge. Just in case you guys didn't know the difference between yak and sheep fiber in knitting. So I got this 400 grams of yak fiber. And what I love about yak fiber is that the fibers are hollow, and that makes them specially insulating. So yak fiber, from my personal wearing experience, is the one that is soft and pretty robust and super, super warm for it. Kashmere has quite a halo, way more than all the other fibers, but it's a bit more delicate and also more prone to pilling. I'm not sure how much, because I haven't had so many Kashmere pieces in my life, but I know it's more likely to pill than, for example, the yak, while the softness is really close to each other. Just this one has a little less halo, and this will have a little more halo when I knit it up. So yeah, I guess this will become a cardigan. Let's see. I'm not fully decided on it. I just bought a lot of things that I thought are beautiful. This is also natural fiber, a natural color, and it's this nice darkish brown. And I really, really love it. So I didn't get any of the sheep fiber. Like, the sheep are super soft here. Like, it's softer sheep than in other places. But I hope to get some sheep fiber for spinning here in Mongolia, and then I will share this later. And also, my luggage is really limited, and just these cones are a lot of weight and space already. I'm not 100% sure how I will bring this to India, but I couldn't just back up the normal Kickstarter, because India is a complicated place to ship things through. Whenever someone wants to send me a package, I'm always telling them that there's a 50-50% that things arrive from outside India, because the customs are not the nicest in the world. So I rather buy it here and bring it in my luggage myself than trying to buy it somewhere else and get it shipped and hope it arrives. So I hope you enjoyed this little clip. If you want to know more about the company, you can look right down in the information and get the links to his company. And the Kickstarter with the better prices is running until the end of July. That's why I wanted to finish this video as quickly as possible. Okay, all, I just found paradise. This is the Kashmere outlet shop. Everything is made with 100% cashmere here, and it's so beautiful, and it's giant. It's so giant, you have no idea. This is just one room, and it continues. I have different collections from different designers, and you see it continues there. If I go over there, I will film a bit as well. I already have some pieces that I want to try that look natural and super beautiful. And wow. As you saw, we went to the Kashmere outlet shop. That wasn't actually planned. We just saw it when we visited a historic palace. And if you were wondering, I got this beautiful cardigan. It is more expensive than most of the things I own, but still much cheaper than if you would buy a 100% cashmere cardigan anywhere else in the world, I guess. At least way more expensive in Europe and the US and stuff. And I was talking to Vanessa about knitting myself a hoodie, like a hooded cardigan with pockets. And that's what I got now, because this way it's really lightweight. Because my issue was all the patterns I saw for knitted cardigans with pockets are really thick fiber. And this cashmere here you can see on the ribbing, it's really thin. It's like for sure fingering fiber, and cashmere is extremely warm. So you don't actually need this thick fiber so much. At least not if you don't live in Mongolia, where winters can get up to minus 40 degrees. But where I live, winters go maximum 0 degrees, and usually I travel in winter, so I never go to that cold area. And yeah, this is what I got. And I also wanted to show you my finished ruffle added shawl. It took me a bit longer than expected because I actually didn't have any knitting time after I arrived, because we immediately went to the Nomad Festival. But now it's finished and it turned out really beautifully. And that means my first project is finished and I can wear it as a shawl. You see, the neutral color works well with this. But one of the reasons why I got this was to wear it as a bandana as well. So when I go down to the desert, I'm not good with bandanas, I've never really used them. But for you to get an impression, I will have this cute bandana to protect me from the sun. As you see, I haven't even woven in the ends yet. I will do this later today. It is freshly blocked and dried. And yeah, we're having a resting day today before we start traveling tomorrow. And this concludes my first video of Mongolia. I hope you all enjoyed it and I hope you all have a lovely time. And I have no idea about uploading schedules on this trip because internet is a bit of a precious thing. And as we have mobile data, we don't want to use them on uploading videos. So let's see where I can find some Wi-Fi to post all the videos and when this one actually goes up, but I hope it's soon. So see you all soon in Mongolia. Bye.